to episode 7. I'm so excited. Everything goes. I am here with KrayWay. You guys, I like to talk and ramble. I'm not going to ramble. I'm not going to do a big introduction. I want her to introduce herself. So Kray, please introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, everybody. My name is Chef Kray, and I have Kray Plates.
Krayla Bryce runs Kray Plates out of another restaurant on Fairmont Avenue in Hyde Park. She has been dubbed the Queen of Haitian Spaghetti. It's got Haitian epis, Jamaican seasoning, turkey kielbasa, shrimp, and lobster tail. And I can tell you, it is divine.
We've been around for almost 5 years in September. I always tell people I started in my grandmother's kitchen in Randolph.
Okay, hold on. Where are you from?
So that's a really good question.
Yeah, where are you from?
So obviously I was born in Boston. I grew up in Randolph.
Okay.
And then we moved to DC. So
oh, wow.
Yeah, I went to high school in DC.
What?
And I feel like DC kind of really helped shape my personality and stuff.
Okay.
And then I did a couple of years at Morgan, and I just bounced around different universities, and my 20s went crazy, just living everywhere. And then I made it back home, and then went to culinary school at BU.
Yeah.
And then from there, kind of worked with my aunt as a private chef for a little bit.
Okay.
On the vineyard, the Hamptons, and things like that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But
we love the vineyard.
I didn't really like the clientele. The money was good, but I just felt like I knew I had to do Kray Plates. It's something that I wrote about a lot in my journal. So I went and I told everybody, and my aunt was just like, yo, just start with what you have. And I didn't even have a car.
What?
So I took $100 and I just started posting on Instagram. And I just started posting plates, and I didn't tell anybody. None of my friends knew.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because, when you tell people stuff, everyone has an opinion.
Yep.
And I was
whether it's good or bad, they're going to tell you if you could do it or not.
Exactly. And so I just said, you know what? I'm going to do this for about 12 weeks, like a semester, 12 to 16 weeks. I'm going to stay down, and I'm going to cook every Friday and Saturday no matter what. And I'm going to post on Instagram, and I'm not going to get no business cards. I'm not going to get a logo. I'm not going to get anything. I'm just going to see if this works. Because a lot of times people start these businesses, no offense, because I was that person, so don't take any offense. And you go buy all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then you don't use it.
No.
So I was just like, I'm not gonna even buy thank you bags. I'm gonna take extra bags every time I go to Shaw's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're just gonna keep flipping it. Just like, how when people be like, oh, I'm in the trap, and you just keep flipping it. Yeah, so my grandmother's house was the trap.
Kray, what's your nationality?
Oh, I'm Haitian and Jamaican.
Okay. We got a Zoe in the building. So, is that what influenced you so much to cook? Because as Haitian girls, they always be like, you need to learn how to cook right now at the age of 5 years old. Before you can even walk, talk, do anything, they want you to learn how to cook. So, is that what influenced you so much?
So, honestly, how I got into cooking was... it was always something that we did in my family. And you kind of would get in trouble for not helping my grandmother out. Everyone would be like, oh, she was in the kitchen all day and you didn't help her? Yeah. Go roll the pate. Go, squeeze the limes. And I'm like, damn, okay. So as I got older, I felt like I was being mature by just helping my grandmother. And she opened a restaurant when I was 12 or 13. It was the first Haitian restaurant in Randolph, this little red house. Okay. And it was
oh wait,
you know what I'm talking about?
Girl, on not Randolph Ave, but next to Randolph Ave, right?
When you're going to Avon.
When you're going to Avon.
So that little restaurant was
that used to be.
Yeah. So the history of that is that was the first restaurant ever in Randolph, back in the 1900s or whatever. And it used to be a breakfast spot. So my grandmother took it over. It was the first Haitian spot, and it's still to this day a Haitian spot. Yep. But we were the only ones to actually do American breakfast with the Haitian.
Cheers to your family, girl. That's legacy right there.
And so I was 12 or 13, and I don't know. I always just money was always my motivation. Yeah. So I was so scared to serve, and they would want us to serve because my grandmother didn't speak English. Yeah. But I just was kind of scared to do it, and my little cousin was making $100 a day. Well, in 2003, 2004, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
I could give me some Air Forces. So I was like, hold on, okay, I could do this twice a week, okay. Yeah. So I kind of did the math, and that money became the motivation. And I'm the type of person whenever I do anything, I end up becoming the best at it. So especially if there's money, involved. So I just started really like hustling, staying down, like serving, and then I would do like bacon, egg, and cheeses. I was bring it on the school bus.
Oh, you've been a hustler.
You know
it's in your blood.
Yeah. So I was just always trying to find a way to make some money, and I don't know, I always saw the things that my grandmother did and my aunt and just everyone business-wise. And my mom was also a hairdresser, but she's like fire. Like she knows how to run it up. Yeah. And I would see like ways that my grandmother was kind of like lacking because, you know, she was, you know, immigrant. She didn't really speak English. So I would put all my entrepreneurship, like family stuff, and just take the pros and cons of everybody. And one of the biggest cons that I feel like a lot of people in my family did was they were trying to be perfectionists. Yeah. Where like real business people, like you don't care, like you just go and then you figure it out later. Like you don't do all the steps. You sometimes like it's like you can't just get too caught up in perfection. You got to use what you have and just make it work.
That's true. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this. That's why I take my time with my episodes and who I want to interview, because I want it to show the best side of me, the best version of me. So I totally get it when it comes to that.
Yeah, but then it's like, I don't know. Like I've had the opportunity to be around a lot of men in this business. Yeah. And
do you feel like men dominate the catering business and the restaurant business more than women, or do you feel like women? Is there more women? Have you met a lot of women doing what you're doing?
That it just depends on what you're talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are we talking about Boston? Are we talking about in general? Are we talking? It's just so many different scenes. So like for right now, like where I feel like Cray Plates exist, it's very male dominated.
Yep, exactly.
And
That's what I'm
I've had
about.
actually the opportunity to speak with a lot of women, and I've been doing a lot more stuff for women because. Like I said, I've been really fortunate to have like brothers in the business. And I feel like I have brothers who's like, you know, you're not playing with my brother, so you can't play with me. You know, but now here these women tell me things. I'm like, wait, they did what? And you didn't call nobody? You know what I'm saying? Like, huh? But it's like, so let me back up and just say, like, in January, we did this dope women's event. And the reason why is because I've been around these men for so long and these Y chromosomes, and I love them. God, you know I love them. I'm not trying to say nothing bad because I need me a husband. I ain't trying to manifest something crazy. But we're not going to get over there. No.
Are you single or taken?
I'm married to the game. Okay?
You better slide in her DMs, everybody.
No,
I am
don't slide
telling
in my
you.
DMs.
We're going to talk more
I
about
will repost
love
you.
and all.
Stop. Do not. Slide into my DMs with a catering. That's it.
But she does want a husband, though.
Yeah, but no, we're fine over here. We're good. God is good. But what was I going to say? No, but I just feel like after like kind of hearing all this stuff with women, and even me, like this past year, just seeing some, because you know some cutthroat things have happened to me, and you can't just go on social media and tell everybody. You can't vent, like, you know, you have to sit in your room, cry about it, and then just you know, like.
I was about to say, have you cried over your business?
Oh my, come on! It's like my business is like a kid, you know.
I get that.
And I was actually posting about it on Snapchat. Like, I've given up a lot of stuff for my business. So with that being said, like, just being in a male-dominated space, I feel like, yes, I'm super aggressive. You know what I mean? And I'm super aggressive because I'm just really super passionate. So a lot of times, like with these women, when we talk about what's happened to them, like signing bad leases or just people just taking things from them, it really kind of hurts me because you can only get so involved, you know what I mean? So I did this women's event honestly because I don't like fluff. Like, I hate when you go to these events and it's just all this great aesthetically pleasing stuff, but then it's like
you don't take nothing from it.
Yeah, you leave and it's like, okay, you know,
what did
like,
I learn?
I don't like that.
I get that.
This one, I really didn't even want like nothing there. I wanted just the women. And the reason why is because I had met 2 or 3 women one day, and we were all like just working on like a photo shoot for my website, and the aura was so dope to be around amazing women in the field. So when I brought these women together, I wanted, like, that vision was to just like have good energy and to kind of just bounce ideas off each other, and just that's what happened. So like there was one woman, I think she was having problems with her restaurant, and then she was able to connect with someone from Commonwealth Kitchen. And then like there's some people who are going to work together on bartending events and just all these things, and it's like putting people in the room. And I feel like Boston, we talk about how, and I want to talk about this. You already know what I'm about to say.
Go ahead, girls.
Everybody always talks about how, like, we don't support each other. And I don't know about that world. Like, I can't say that. So, you know, shout out to my followers, because I don't know that world. Like, I don't know it. And I really want to say, like, it's a it's a mindset thing. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
If you want to believe that, then you can attract that. Yeah. And yes, I'm not gonna lie, I do see it a lot, but I don't see it because I focus on like the love and I focus on, you know what I mean? So people can be like, oh, don't mess with this person because of, you know, whatever. I don't go off of that. I go off of like, well, that's not how they're going to treat me. You know what I mean? So I've had the like really dope experience of just having real love and support. And to be honest, I don't even think my following knows this because I just can't stand long posts and I don't like videos. I be looking crazy.
Go ahead, give your
But I just want to tell them like,
tell them.
I only really do this and keep doing it when I want to quit because of them. If I tell them to show up somewhere, they show up for me and they show out. You know what I mean?
Like you have a movement. You have a whole movement. You have the big support. Everyone's waiting for that restaurant.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
So what are we doing to get there? How can we help you get to that next level?
So you know we're Haitian, so we don't like to tell people our business.
We don't like to tell people our business, but I have learned you need help.
No, I need
when
help.
you have a dream and you want to get to that dream, it's okay to ask for help.
Yes,
especially when you're putting the ground foundation there, no one could build a freaking building by themselves.
No.
Okay? It's 2023. Times is hard. We need the support, especially women, black Haitian women in Boston. We have to stand together more. Yeah. So I am here for it. Let the people know what can we do to help.
Yeah, so I found a restaurant and at first, I actually was like, oh, this is a lot. But then I'm like, wait, it's not even about me. Yeah. I've already put in 5 years. Honestly, I put in about 10 years because just the backstory of the groundwork, the hustle. But 5 years into my brand, and I'm like, I have a couple mentors. Shout out to Rock City Pizza, Joseph, Haitian. You know, really good pizza, black owned.
Where's that at?
Randolph and Brighton.
Okay.
I think this year will be 10 years for him too. So he actually has really changed like my whole dynamic and just thought process of the business, because he like is really teaching me that you at some point you have to let your business go, and you have to let your business go so it can thrive. You can't really be in all parts because you have to be growing your business. So I learned that from him, and also he was just kind of breaking down because he learned a lot from Greeks and stuff. And he was just breaking down how like this is our career, and if a career lasts about 20, 30 years. So if I'm gonna invest 20, 30 years into something, then let's do it comfortably. I've had a really rough past 5 years. Like cook or die is like what we say to get like my mantra to get me to keep going. But in all honesty, I just feel like I want to make it more easier now. Like I'm tired of the survival. I'm tired of the struggle.
Yes.
I'm tired of like, you know what I mean? Burn like the pain. Like, you know? And a lot of people make this restaurant industry, and it is a tough job, but like we can do it with more ease. And I feel like I want to show up for my following and my guests in a better and different light. And so in order to do that, I found a crazy opportunity. It's a $2 million opportunity.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Big dreams.
Yeah, $2 million. I'm like, but a $2 million opportunity, and it'll be in Dorchester, in Boston.
Yeah,
and I just feel
in our
like,
neighborhood.
Yeah,
I love that.
Like I want to create. Like I said, I grew up in DC after leaving here, and black-owned restaurants are just like everywhere. You know what I mean?
Everywhere,
and
in DC.
They've been here, and they're good. You know, and shout out to the stuff that we do have, but like I feel like we should have a lot. Like I should be able to go and drive down like Blue Hill and really want to be just stop and drink and do a bar crawl.
I shouldn't have to go
like
all the way to the seaport to go to brunch.
Exactly. And we do have some dope neighborhood stuff, but I want like dope neighborhood stuff that reflects what Boston's really about. Like we have a crazy Cape Verdean community. We have a crazy Caribbean community. But we got to go to Brooklyn to get all that vibey stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so with that being said, I started a crowdfunding opportunity.
Yay!
And
I was waiting for you to drop it.
Yeah, so
I
have a GoFundMe.
Yes.
And I'm asking 2,500 people to donate $100.
And I know y'all could do it. I see y'all at the clubs.
Yes.
You guys could donate $5, $10, $20, anything to help this woman's dream come true. And it helps us too, because we're always complaining about how we don't have enough spots to go and hang out, get drinks, socialize, and just vibe. So I'm so proud of you. Like,
thank you.
So proud of you.
Thank you. And it's like, I love it because it's so scary. It's not even like the idea of working in the restaurant is not the scary part. It's like the other stuff just to get to that point. And I'm just really excited about even just going after this opportunity and seeing what comes from it. I feel like I've been through so much within this business to kind of just really understand and be clear about what my goals are. You know, when you go to culinary school, I was just telling somebody this earlier on a call, like, when you go to culinary school, they tell you, like, to not say that you want a restaurant. So when you go around the table, like, oh, if you say you get shamed for saying you want a restaurant. And then these are people who, like, have restaurants. You know what I mean? So you kind of, like, the entire time I started KrayPlates, I never wanted a restaurant. And I just remember going and saying, I need a kitchen, and I got a kitchen. I need a team. I had a team. Everything I said I wanted, I could get. But I was just so scared to say I wanted a restaurant. And the idea just sounded crazy. But now I'm like, people come from New York, people come from all over the country just to come get my food. Or like, they're like, I'm at the airport, please don't close. So
like, what's the plate that got you there? Like that sticks.
So Haitian spaghetti is definitely my signature dish. And it's funny because back when I started in the house, I told you I was doing Fridays and Saturdays. But it was just like such a movement that I said, yo, let me do Wednesdays. And I have an aunt and she was like, yo, you should do pasta night. Remember like the commercial? And I'm like, well, no, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, the Prince commercial. Yo, you're old. You're making me feel old.
Today is Wednesday. And as every family in the North End of Boston will tell you, Wednesday is Prince Spaghetti Day.
So I went and I'm like, oh, I remember this commercial. So I started pasta night. But you know what was crazy? This was 2019, and I probably had like 2,000 followers. And then by the end of the summer, I probably had like 4,000 followers. And I was really just every Wednesday pasta night. It was a vibe. Like it was like pasta. Like you have to start boiling this pasta, mind you, on this stove at like 12. Okay, so if you don't start at 12, you start at 1. The whole day is messed up. But then I found a hack. I started boiling the pasta on the grill. It took like 3 minutes. Crazy. It's like, do not try it at home. Like, please do not try it at home. Because you're gonna have
my people trying it at home.
Do not try it at home, please. I should have cut that out. Because if anybody tries it and tries to sue me, don't
sue my girl. Everything goes. We ain't got nothing yet.
It's so hot. Like you have to have like a special gloves just even to take it, like the smoker grilling gloves. So you have to be really careful. But yeah, you can. I would have to boil the pasta out the house on the stove, and then that wasn't working. So we went over to the grills. And then from the grill, we just did these crazy pasta nights, and it just started this movement of Haitian spaghetti versus Rasta pasta, because it was either like your tomato dish or your creamy dish. And a lot of times, like people were going for the Rasta pasta, but then just Haitian spaghetti just became like this thing. Like, I don't know, like people just loved it.
They love it.
And we put the lobster tail on it.
So I see that on your page.
People like that. So
I love this. So what's your next event that you're gonna do?
I'm doing a women's chef event. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna partner with Commonwealth Kitchen.
Ooh, nice.
And Jen Fagel, she's like the CEO. She's really cool. She's so supportive. She's actually helping me with this restaurant opportunity, so it makes the phone calls easier when you say like, yeah, Commonwealth Kitchen's helping me. So like they listen, they don't hang up. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, okay. So I was speaking to her because I was just telling her like what my biggest goal is. Yes, I want to get a restaurant, but I'm really like, even how I started KrayPlates, just knowing that I wanted to be a chef, was I actually started working at after school programs.
Oh wow!
Like in 2013.
Oh my god!
And I just started
Your background is so...
so I'm really into like helping people and giving back, but obviously you have to get the money first. Like, you know what I mean? Let's be realistic. So I definitely want to create a space where women chefs or just chefs in general on the come up who are like me, who feel like a restaurant is too big. I want to be able to create like an incubator program one day. And so I was talking to Jen of Commonwealth Kitchen, and I told her like, they don't understand us. You know what I mean? Like, they understand other people and I don't know, whoever their audience is, but they don't understand us. Like, cook or die, we trapping in the house. We looking out the window to make sure the police ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need her to meet us where we're at. You know what I mean? I have a lot of young chefs that come to me for more advice, and I'll tell them one thing and it changes the whole game for them. So I want to use a resource like Commonwealth Kitchen to help more of our people.
Especially people who come out of jail. They love to cook.
Okay.
And if they have, sorry, just saying. To be honest, you know, everything goes. To be real, I'm gonna be Y'all know I speak my mind here.
I know,
but they need resources though.
No, you're right. I was just saying like people who just didn't have money. Like, but yeah, them too.
Them too. Money, jail, everything.
Yeah, yes. So
it's true.
Sorry.
You want to drink to it? Come on, let's drink to it.
To coming home.
To coming home.
Yo. Sorry.
My audience used to it.
Sorry, guys. Okay, that threw me off. So this is gonna be a women's event. Maybe we'll do a like men and women event later because actually a lot of men.
It's Women's Month.
Yeah,
so
and that's why
we can keep it just us. Okay.
And and that's what I'm saying because it's like a lot of times women like, and I'm like that. Sometimes like the thing is so passionate to us that we just don't believe, and we do all this like imposter syndrome, self-sabotage, and it's like like and guys, I'm telling you guys, like I deal with a lot of men in this industry, and they do not care about none of that stuff. They just go with it. They don't care. They show up and they don't even think twice. Like they, I have like, and shout out to my business partner because like even when you talk to him, like he just flips it back where it's like it still made it sound good, and it's like no, that we were late. And he's like, nah, but that food was good though, and you're like, wait, what? So I feel like I wanted to create a space for women to kind of like start believing in themselves more, being more unapologetic, being more just ready to go out and get it with no excuses. And I feel like with the Commonwealth Kitchen and us partnering, they can hear some of our real issues, like me cooking on my grandmother's stove, this girl not being able to get her permits, you know what I mean? Yes. So we can learn how to show up in these spaces better.
I love that. So the people want to know, how did you get your ass on the news, girl? Like, how did that connection happen? What was it, Channel 7?
Oh, yeah. So we did WBZ first, Channel 4.
Channel 4, yep.
And then we did Channel 7, the
You're
Hub
so
today.
humble.
Really?
You're so humble. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
The humbleness is going to get you far. I
Thank
love
you.
it. It is. Go ahead.
Thank you. So
were you nervous to reach out to those connections and stuff?
Well, actually, so Beckma, shout out to Beckma, Falasha.
Yep.
There's a woman that works at Beckma.
Yes.
And
we love Falasha.
You know Falasha?
Of course.
Yeah,
that's Posh's. That's Posh's
oh my God,
mother.
I love Posh.
Yeah.
I love Posh. So yeah, Posh is on here. Yes. So I was talking to Falasha, and she was helping me with like brand strategy stuff.
Yes.
And I don't know. She said, hey, she called me one day and she was just like, would you do the Cuff It Challenge on the news? And I'm like, I won't, but I know some people on my team that will, bro. I just say, yeah, girl. Yeah. And so they reached out to me. And then I guess he was researching me and stuff like that. Yep. And the news anchor, he just really liked us. And then when he came, it was crazy because so many people don't know, like people congratulate you for stuff like this,
right? And
nobody knows the behind the scenes of the drama.
The drama that comes with this.
So, and it's like even when I look at that news clip, I just remember. So the night before, my store is really cold, and we have like this 300, 400 pounds.
Where's your store?
It's in Hyde Park.
Hyde Park where? So let's give the address so people can.
10 Fairmont Ave in Hyde Park, and it's actually my business partner's store. So we are trying to get our own store because I'm like the ghost kitchen, and I'm technically the head chef of his store. But we do it together. It's very complicated,
right?
But that's why we need our own.
Yeah, you need your own. Yep.
Yes, but my store is really cold, and I just told the contractor, I'm like, yo, I need this AC out of here. Like it's December, January. Like I'm not getting sick. So he's like stalling out, like, yeah, tomorrow, contractors, tomorrow. So finally he came and I'm like, yo, like I'm trying to line a cleaning lady up for the news coming. Right. So my business partner drives by the store at 7 p.m. the night before. He's like, yo, Cray, cancel the news. And I'm like, you can't cancel the news. Like, this is like, it has to happen. Like, what are you saying? Like, where am I going to call them and cancel? Mind you, they come in at like 8 a.m.
Oh my God.
So and this is the thing about entrepreneurship, like having to dispatch and like line people up to make it like hit. Like I feel like I'm like that person like this. What is that person called? The composer. And it's like the violin has to be on, like, or whatever. So the contractor, I'm like, I'm not even about to drive to this store so he sends me like a picture and it's like dusty. It doesn't even look like my store. And I'm like, so I end up getting up at 4 a.m. and I'm like, I can clean my store. I don't clean my store anymore because we have cleaning ladies. Right. But I'm like, sometimes you forget that you can actually clean. Like, Yeah.
Do it all.
I'm like, wait, I can clean my store. But then I was like, no, let me call the cleaning lady and tell her I'm going to put her in a Uber.
Yeah.
So I put her in an Uber from South End. She gets to the store, but she's never seen me, like, when I'm going crazy, like, I have straight anxiety and I'm chopping everything up.
I called you, girl, and you're like, I gotta call you back.
Yes. So she's like, looking at, and she's like, KrayWay, I don't feel good. I'm like, what you mean you don't feel good? The news is coming. She's like, mind you, it's like 30 minutes left until the guy comes. She's like, I think I'm having a heart attack. She's older. I said, a heart attack? Oh, hell no. So I call the ambulance. 2 people come.
No way.
All this stuff. And I have 15 minutes until the news comes. And I have to change my hoodie. I'm supposed to be like getting myself together and all that time. So now I'm like, oh, I gotta go. So I go home. It's like right around the corner. And I come back. And when I come back, the news guy is fine as hell. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's
cute. Yes. And I'm like, I told him so. He's like glaring in the sun. And I'm like, damn, you look good. And he's like, but it's like, right.
Forget about the cleaning lady that just told us
Yes. So we cleaned up the store, like everything got intact, but it went from like 0 to 100. And mind you, my contractor is like, he has straight OCD. He's like, oh my God, so clean. So when I came in, it wasn't even as messy as what they had showed me anyway. Okay. So like all this stuff is happening. And the whole time I'm doing the interview, I'm like, is my cleaning lady dead? Like, so I'm like, yeah, the news. And you know what I mean? But I'm like, I hope this lady's not dead. Like, oh my God. And then, so I do the interview, and I call her, and I'm calling her. She's not answering the phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's really dead. So I call. I'm like, I done killed the fucking clean lady with my anxiety. So I call her that night. And she's like, hey, Cray. And I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. I said, so what hospital did you go to? She's like, oh no, they took me to Forest Hills.
They took her to Forest Hills?
She's like, they just said I was having an anxiety attack, and they gave me some water. I said, so you didn't come back?
She said she couldn't deal with you.
It was crazy. I was like, what? Okay. But that's the type of stuff that happens all the time. Like, people don't get to see, you know?
And does that kind of give you more of motivation or something? I feel like I thrive in chaos.
You know, I don't know what the answer is, but everyone tells me that I do.
You thrive in
Everyone
chaos.
tells me, like everyone goes, oh, I love when stuff is happening to you. I'm like, why? Like, and it's like, when my back is against the wall, something great is about to happen. Like, and I think, and that's another thing that, like, people don't understand. Like, this past couple of years, I've been through so much that I don't even tell people about. Yeah. Like, people have Googled me and found some stuff, and they're like, yo, you've never told us about this. And I'm like, yeah, you know, somebody stole my house in Atlanta. My mom's ex-boyfriend, he was like a whole real scammer. You know, I had a crazy aunt who, like, I had to get a restraining order against. The store drama is something I'm trying, like, we've had like employee issues, like real crazy, like all types of stuff. But those type of things is like, why is this happening to me? And these type of issues have never happened to me in my life. And so I feel like because my goals are so big, the drama, like, as someone told me the other day, your life is a soap opera. And now that's my thing, like, oh, my life is a soap opera. But you know what? In soap operas, I ain't never met a broke person in a soap opera. So I'm going to embrace it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to embrace it. Because, like, the things that are happening, it's not even like, okay, everyone has stuff happening. But for me, it'll, like, the sequence is literally, like, all within a week. Like, the domestic this, you got the people on the news coming, you got to be in court for this. And it's just like, damn, this is a crazy week, and I still have a catering. You know? So it's like, when people don't know what's going on. Like, even a couple weeks ago, I was on trial for my house being taken. And I didn't tell, like, I'm not going to broadcast, hey, guys, I'm going to court. You know, so it's like, I just slowly, you know, just don't post so much. I go to Atlanta, handle my business, and come right back. But it's like,
I love that.
Like, people don't know.
Don't let nothing stop you, Cray, and I love that.
Yeah, and it's like, nobody really wants to hear the excuses. So I'm not about to give them to you. And I don't want nobody to feel bad for me. Because, like, when I tell people my story, I feel like they really want to help me more. They really want to push, and they're like, oh my gosh, but I don't want to ever kind of like play the victim role. And it's like, we're honestly, all of these things, like, now I can think so fast. Like, I'll even talk to, like, friends of mine and stuff, like Everybody I Eat. He'll tell me, you know, he does the catering too. Shout out to Everybody I Eat. He'll be like, yo, I was doing this with the catering. I'm like, why you didn't put in an Uber? He's like, what? I'm like, yeah. You know, like, I cook for a lot of basketball players, football players, and all their food goes into Uber. I'm not going to the North Shore, to the South. I don't even know these. Like, I know where they live, but I don't even know how to get there. You know what I mean? So I've never been to most of these people's houses because you have to know as a boss too how to like let some of that stuff go. You know, like give yourself, because if not, you'll really just die out here, and we can't. We gotta, enjoy it.
Oh, I'm having so much fun with you.
I know.
I'm learning so much. Okay, so before we wrap up, I want to know, where do you see yourself in 3 years? Because I feel like the way you're moving, I'm not gonna say 5, I'm not gonna say 10. So where do you see yourself in 3 years? Hopefully.
Honestly, I don't even I don't know. I just know on top. Like, we're not stopping. You know what I mean? Like, humbly, respectfully, like on top. Like,
we're getting to the money.
Boston, I feel like it's for the taking.
Yes,
and I feel
I
like
agree.
I've always felt like that. When I started in 2018,
me too.
I didn't feel like there was anybody doing what I was doing, and I still don't feel like there's anybody doing what I'm doing. And I feel like there needs to be way more people doing what we're doing.
I hear that.
And like in our community, I don't feel like enough of us is on the news.
Yep.
I love watching my Instagram, like just see people doing lit stuff. All these like beautiful black faces behind the scenes. Just, you know what I mean? Yeah, like just doing really great stuff. You guys have great jobs, great like events are being thrown, great panels. People are getting flown out, going traveling. And I feel like Boston's for the taking because we're really like historic, and a lot of people just love doing things the old school way. And now it's time to like just break ground on new opportunities, new ideas, and just be really refreshing. So I'm just gonna in 3 years be on top for sure.
Yes, I hear that. Thank you for stopping by,
Yes,
girl.
thank you.
This was so much fun. Everything goes. Episode 7.
Bye.
Vibes.